Vanessa Hawthorne adjusted her pearl necklace for the third time and smiled at her reflection in the gilded mirror. Everything about her appearance screamed perfection. Sleek black hair, a tailored cream blouse, and the kind of delicate poise that made strangers assume she was sweet, obedient, and harmless. Which, of course, was exactly what she wanted. Harmless? Ha! Let them think that. Just wait until I take the company back. She brushed away the thought, smoothing her skirt. Tonight was the Hawthorne family dinner, a weekly ritual that served as a polite stage for subtle power plays, whispered gossip, and obligatory compliments. Her father, the stoic CEO of Hawthorne Industries, always sat at the head of the table, radiating authority. Her mother, elegantly poised, fluttered from guest to guest, ensuring that appearances were flawless. And then there was the extended family. Cousins with sharp smiles and sharper egos, always lurking, always watching. Vanessa descended the marble staircase into the grand dining hall, where golden chandeliers reflected light off polished silverware and crystal glasses. "Vanessa, darling!" her mother cooed, embracing her. "You look radiant tonight." "Thank you, Mother," Vanessa said sweetly. "And now they'll think I'm the perfect daughter." "Perfect. Let's keep them blissfully unaware." Her cousins, Clarissa and Tobias, were already seated, their eyes flicking toward her. Vanessa offered a polite smile. "Oh, the fake cousin again. Just wait until I reclaim what's rightfully mine." Before she could temper the thought, it happened. The dining room's new family audio system, a supposedly harmless gift from her tech-savvy cousin Tobias, unexpectedly broadcast everyone's private thoughts for the first time. Vanessa's inner voice rang out clearly in the room. "Ugh, this fake cousin again. Just wait until I take the company back." The clinking of glasses froze midair. Clarissa's eyes widened as she dropped her napkin. Tobias coughed, trying to hide his smirk. Vanessa's father froze, jaw tightening, while her mother's polite expression faltered for the first time in decades. Did you just say that out loud?" Clarissa asked, incredulous. Vanessa blinked, horror flooding her. That was. It wasn't supposed to come out. Universe, why now?" Her father's stern voice cut through the silence. "Vanessa! Explain yourself." "Explain? Explain what? That I'm actually brilliant and ruthless? That I've been playing all of you?" Vanessa opened her mouth, but before she could form words, another thought slipped free. "And Tobias thinks he's the tech genius. Wait until I reveal who really runs Hawthorne Industries." Everyone froze again. Tobias' face drained of color. Clarissa's expression shifted from shock to fury. Vanessa's mother pressed a hand to her mouth, and her father leaned back in his chair, trying not to laugh, or perhaps to conceal the beginning of his own panic. "Great. Just great. This is exactly how my perfect image crumbles." The room descended into a mixture of chaos and confusion. Gasps, murmurs, and half-laughs filled the air as family members whispered accusations, laughed nervously, or simply stared at Vanessa in disbelief. "Vanessa," her mother said finally, voice trembling between exasperation and amusement. You've been thinking all this time?" Vanessa smiled, faintly, keeping her perfect posture. Yes. Perfectly honest. That's one way to make an entrance." Her father's eyes narrowed. This changes things." Clarissa pointed a trembling finger at her. You've been plotting against us?" Vanessa tilted her head. "Merely strategizing. For the good of the company, of course." "Good of the company. That sounds plausible, right?" "Right." The family erupted, some laughing, some outraged, all bewildered. And Vanessa, standing at the epicenter of the storm, felt a thrill she hadn't expected. For once, she was no longer invisible. Her true self, ruthless, clever, and unflinchingly honest, was finally seen. Let the games begin. The room still buzzed from the initial broadcast of Vanessa's inner thoughts. Candles flickered on the dining table, reflecting in crystal glasses, but no one was quite sure whether the atmosphere was tense, amused, or just completely chaotic. Her cousin Clarissa was the first to recover, her voice sharp and incredulous. "You thought all that about me? All this time?" Vanessa blinked, trying to appear calm. "Well, naturally, I have opinions. And ambitions. I think everyone here does. Opinions. Ambitions. Subtle. Diplomatic. Perfect. Clarissa's mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water. Ambitions? You mean plotting to take the company? Against us. Her father cleared his throat, an audible reminder of his authority. Vanessa, please, explain yourself. This broadcasting thing has revealed a lot. Explain myself? Great. I'll try to summarize decades of cunning and ambition in one polite sentence. Vanessa's mother stepped in, placing a calming hand on her husband's arm. Darling, perhaps we should take a moment before reacting. It's not entirely catastrophic. Not entirely catastrophic? Mom, people are glaring like I insulted their mothers personally. Tobias, meanwhile, tried to regain some dignity. It's a technical malfunction, he said, fidgeting with his tablet. Yes, that's it. A software glitch. Totally unintended. Nice try, Tobias. But the universe didn't create this glitch, it created truth. Welcome to chaos. Vanessa leaned back in her chair, keeping her poise. Accidents happen, yes. But perhaps it's also a useful lesson in honesty. We've all had thoughts we don't voice. Maybe it's time we stop pretending. Classy. Philosophical. I'm killing it. Her father narrowed his eyes. So you're saying, you meant to say those things? Vanessa smiled faintly. Not exactly. But I won't deny that my thoughts are genuine. My opinions are mine, and my ambition is real. The room fell silent, and for a moment, Vanessa thought she might survive the evening. Then Clarissa leaned forward, voice dripping with venom. So all these years, while we were being polite, you were secretly plotting against us? Against me? Vanessa tilted her head. I prefer the term strategizing. And honestly, isn't that what family politics are about? Family politics. Subtle. Sophisticated. Elegant. Her mother pinched the bridge of her nose. Vanessa, you're terrifying when you're honest. I take that as a compliment. Tobias groaned. Honestly, Vanessa, this is unfair. Everyone expects you to be perfect and sweet and oblivious. And now we know, you're a genius schemer. Vanessa shrugged gracefully. Well, I am clever. And yes, I have plans. But I also love this family. Isn't it better to be honest than to pretend? Family therapy disguised as casual conversation. Genius. Clarissa, still fuming, shook her head. I don't know whether to hate you or admire you. Vanessa smirked. Perhaps a little of both. Keeps life interesting. Her father, surprisingly, let out a low chuckle. Vanessa, you've certainly changed the tone of this evening. I can't decide if I'm proud or scared. Exactly how I planned it. Her mother sighed. Well, I suppose if everyone's thoughts are now public, we might as well adjust. This dinner, this entire evening, is going to be different from now on. Vanessa smiled inwardly. Different? Oh, it's going to be very, very different. Step 1. Survive family shockwaves. Step 2. Reclaim the company. Step 3. Enjoy the chaos. The next morning, Vanessa woke to the shrill chime of her phone. Notifications from her cousins, her father, and even some family friends, most simply said, "We need to talk." Great. Step 1 in my evil plan. Exposed. Step 2. Negotiating peace. Step 3. Reclaiming the company. Simple. She groaned, tossing her silk robe over the bedpost. Breakfast with the family, which she had hoped would be a quiet recovery from last night's disaster, quickly devolved into another stage for honesty. Her father cleared his throat, spooning oatmeal with unusual precision. Vanessa, about last night. Your candidness. Candidness. Oh yes. The gentle term for ruined our perfect family image. I understand, father, Vanessa replied, voice as polite as a diplomat, though her thoughts raced. Understand? More like I'm plotting how to spin this into total control. But calm, calm. Her cousin Clarissa leaned forward, glaring. You actually think you can manipulate everyone and act sweet while secretly planning to take over the company? Vanessa's inner voice practically purred. Of course I can. Watch and learn, cousin. I prefer the word strategize, she said aloud, tilting her head. Her mother sighed, pouring tea. Vanessa, do you ever rest? Or is every waking thought about power? Power. Ambition. Not just lunch conversation topics. Yes, mother, Vanessa said softly, though her thoughts immediately betrayed her. Also yes. And plotting, and yes, considering sabotage if necessary. And, of course, the family heard it. Did she just? Clarissa's voice rose. She said that out loud in her head. Vanessa froze, realizing the tech glitch had not been fixed. Her every thought, from the mundane to the mildly villainous, now streamed directly into the family's collective consciousness. Great. Just great. I'm going to need a vacation. Or a bunker. Her father pinched the bridge of his nose. Vanessa. Every thought you're having? Yes. Father. Every delicious, brilliant one. Vanessa swallowed. Well, mostly relevant ones. Mostly. I mean, do they really need to know about Tobias's terrible haircut last week? Terrible haircut? Clarissa screeched. Oops. The room erupted. Aunt Margaret laughed so hard she nearly spilled her coffee. Uncle Hugo raised an eyebrow, clearly impressed. Even her mother couldn't suppress a smile. Chaos. Beautiful chaos. Vanessa leaned back, feigning composure. Perhaps it's therapeutic? To share truths. Her father gave her a long, measuring look. You've certainly made dinner unforgettable. And I haven't even begun. Vanessa smiled. Well, father, life is more interesting with a little honesty. And a little power play never hurts. Clarissa groaned. I can't believe I have to compete with someone who literally broadcasts their inner scheming thoughts. This is unfair. Vanessa smirked faintly. Unfair? Darling, you have no idea. Her mother cleared her throat. We'll have to adapt. I suppose if your thoughts are going to be public, we might as well make the best of it. Oh, we'll make the best of it. And then the company. Vanessa's grin widened imperceptibly. Her plan was unfolding exactly as she intended, one accidental broadcast at a time. Step 1. Terrify the family. Step 2. Manipulate alliances. Step 3. Take control. Chaos, humor and strategy. Perfect. And so the stage was set. With secrets revealed, the Hawthorne household would never be the same, and Vanessa was already 3 steps ahead. By midweek, the Hawthorne household had officially entered Vanessa mode. Every family interaction was now a potential minefield, and Vanessa knew she had to play carefully, or recklessly, if the opportunity was perfect. Option A. Charm them. Option B. Terrify them. Option C. Both. Always both. She arrived at the family estate's boardroom, ostensibly to review corporate reports with her father. Her cousins, Clarissa and Tobias, were already there, pretending to read financial charts but clearly buzzing with anxiety. Perfect. They think I don't know they've been plotting against me. Amateur hour. Her father looked up. Vanessa. Glad you could join us. Let's discuss the upcoming merger. Vanessa smiled sweetly. Of course, father. Shall we? Smile. Nod. Subtly manipulate. This is my life now. She watched Tobias lean forward, eager to impress. Ah, Tobias, always trying to outshine me. Let's see. Vanessa spoke aloud, keeping her voice calm. I noticed the projections for Hawthorne Industries in Asia are slightly off. Perhaps we should reallocate resources. And if they question me, act innocent. Tobias blinked, adjusting his tie. Ah. Yes, Vanessa. That's insightful. Clarissa shot her a glare. She knows. Vanessa's inner voice whispered. Indeed. And soon, they'll realize who really controls the company. Oh, universe, don't let me slip a comment about the fake cousin again. Her thoughts betrayed her anyway. Clarissa's so desperate to look competent. Adorable, really. Vanessa, her father said, eyebrows raised. Did you just? Vanessa froze. Did I what, father? Act innocently? Exactly. Tobias stammered. I think. She just thought it out loud. Clarissa's cheeks burned red. You are unbelievable. Vanessa tilted her head, smiling faintly. Thank you, cousin. I try. Step 1. Intimidate. Step 2. Charm. Step 3. Subtly control the narrative. Step 4. Enjoy the chaos. Later that evening, Vanessa hosted a casual family gathering in the garden. Candles flickered and champagne glasses glimmered in the soft light. It was the perfect setup. She casually dropped a comment. I overheard someone suggesting that the European expansion plan might be flawed. Quite concerning, don't you think? Clarissa and Tobias froze. Everyone turned to her. Perfect. The seed of doubt is planted. Really? Her father asked cautiously. Vanessa nodded demurely. It's just a thought. But if unchecked, it could be costly. Watch them scramble. Step 4. Chaos. Step 5. Control. By the end of the night, the family was abuzz with speculation about the company's future. Vanessa, meanwhile, sipped her wine, inwardly thrilled. They think they're strategizing. I've already won. This is fun. Grandma Hazel, watching from the veranda, leaned toward Vanessa's mother. Your daughter is something else. Her mother sighed, both exasperated and amused. Yes. And terrifyingly competent. Vanessa's thoughts, as always, whispered in the background. Terrifyingly competent is exactly the image I want. Step 1. Chaos. Step 2. Manipulation. Step 3. Victory. Step 4. Another champagne toast. And with that, Vanessa knew she was firmly in control. Not just of the family, but of the game they were all unknowingly playing. The following weekend, Vanessa found herself in an unusual position. Allies were emerging where she least expected them. Step 1. Terrify them. Step 2. Manipulate. Step 3. Watch the allies appear like mushrooms after rain. She arrived at the family estate for a casual brunch. The scent of freshly baked pastries mingled with polished mahogany, giving the house an air of deceptive calm. Clarissa, still visibly shaken from last week's truth broadcasts, approached first. Vanessa, she said cautiously, I think you might actually know what you're doing with the company. Vanessa's inner voice purred with satisfaction. Finally. Someone gets it. Step 1 ally acquired. Why would you say that? Vanessa asked, tilting her head innocently. Innocent? Perfect. Clarissa glanced around nervously. Because you're honest. Brutally honest. And even though it terrifies me, it's refreshing. You don't hide behind lies like the rest of us. Vanessa smiled faintly. I'm glad you think so. It makes working together much easier, don't you agree? Yes. Clarissa. You're mine. Just follow my lead. Across the room, Tobias rolled his eyes but smirked. Fine. I admit it. Your thoughts may be chaotic, but you're efficient. I can work with that. Vanessa raised a perfectly arched eyebrow. Efficiency is always my goal. Step 2 ally, check. Tobias can be useful if we channel his enthusiasm. Even her father, observing quietly from the veranda, seemed intrigued. Vanessa, your methods are unorthodox. But I cannot deny they get results. Father's intrigued. Oh, this is delightful. The brunch continued, each bite of croissant punctuated by soft chuckles, whispered agreements, and subtle plotting. The family, though still wary, began to see Vanessa not as a threat, but as someone capable of shaking up the stale dynamics that had dominated Hawthorne Industries for decades. Vanessa's mother leaned close. She's changing things, isn't she? Hazel, her grandmother, sipped tea thoughtfully. Yes. And it suits her. Sometimes the truth, even when loud, brings people together. Grandma approves. Universe, did I just win at life? Later, Vanessa cornered Clarissa privately. Look, cousin, I know this might feel threatening, but honesty can be powerful. Together, we can make sure the company thrives, without unnecessary sabotage from the rest of the family. Clarissa hesitated, then nodded slowly. All right. I'll trust you, for now. For now. Perfect. Loyalty secured, for now. Even Tobias, usually competitive and smug, admitted grudgingly, I suppose I don't mind being part of your plan. Just don't make me look bad. Vanessa smiled internally. Step 3, charm and control, achieved. Step 4, victory, imminent. By the end of the day, Vanessa had quietly turned a potential crisis into a coalition. Allies who had once viewed her as a threat now respected her ambition and cunning, though no one could quite say they liked her inner voice being broadcast. Chaos transformed into strategy. Perfect. And entertaining too. As the sun set over the Hawthorne estate, Vanessa allowed herself a small smile. For the first time since the disastrous dinner, she felt the thrill of real control. The family may be chaotic. The company may be turbulent. But I am untouchable. By Monday morning, Vanessa's control over the Hawthorne family was solidifying. But so was the complexity of her game. With her allies now quietly supporting her, it was time to turn her attention to the bigger board. The company. Step 1. Family alliances. Step 2. Boardroom dominance. Step 3. Total victory. Easy. She arrived at Hawthorne Industries early, slipping into the sleek glass and steel building with the grace of someone who knew she belonged there. The boardroom smelled of leather, coffee, and subtle tension. Her favorite mix. Her father, unusually quiet, waited at the head of the table. "Vanessa, I see you've been busy." Vanessa smiled sweetly. "Just observing, father. The numbers are interesting." Interesting? Code for ready for manipulation. Cousin Tobias was already seated, shuffling papers nervously. Clarissa, surprisingly calm, offered Vanessa a small nod. Allies in place. Vanessa opened her laptop. "I've reviewed the Q2 reports. There are discrepancies in the European accounts that merit attention. Watch them squirm. Watch them scramble. All according to plan." The board members leaned forward, whispering among themselves. Vanessa's inner thoughts drifted. "They think I'm pointing out mistakes. I'm pointing out opportunities. The game is mine." Before she could continue, Tobias muttered under his breath, "I can't believe she actually notices that." Vanessa's mind went to work instantly. "And that's exactly why you'll follow my lead." She addressed the board with a calm, almost angelic tone. "I propose reallocating resources from underperforming sectors to the Asian division. It's a small risk, but the potential returns are substantial. And subtle enough to look like a suggestion, not a command." The board murmured, impressed. Even her father's eyebrows rose slightly. Vanessa allowed herself a tiny invisible smile. Step 1. Influence the board. Check. Later that afternoon, Vanessa attended a casual family meeting at the estate, intended to discuss weekend events but inevitably turning into a subtle corporate check-in. Clarissa whispered, "You're ruthless. Do you even sleep?" Vanessa tilted her head, eyes glinting. "Sleep is overrated. Strategy never rests. Also, I may be plotting dessert orders too." Her father cleared his throat. "Vanessa, I see you've taken quite an interest in the company. Are you sure this isn't overwhelming?" Vanessa's internal response was instantaneous. Overwhelming? No. Enjoyable. Exhilarating. And yes, perfectly under control. Not at all, father. I find it stimulating. Clarissa shook her head, muttering, "I can't tell if she's terrifying or brilliant." Vanessa smirked faintly. Why not both? The evening brought a minor scandal. Vanessa's inner thoughts, once again accidentally broadcast via Tobias's updated tablet, revealed a tiny critique of her aunt's event planning. Grandma's gala menu is ambitious but chaotic. Someone's going to choke on that souffle. The room went silent for half a second. Then everyone burst into laughter. Even her mother couldn't resist a chuckle. Step 2. Chaos in the domestic front. Step 3. Maintain charm. All in one thought. Vanessa watched carefully as the board and family members adjusted their perceptions. Respect mingled with apprehension, amusement, and a little fear. Perfect. Corporate chess. Family edition. I'm winning on multiple fronts. By the time she retired to her room, Vanessa felt a rare satisfaction. The Hawthorne household and company were aligned under her influence, chaotic as it may be. Next moves. Subtlety, strategy, and keeping everyone guessing. The game has only just begun. It was a rainy Thursday evening when Vanessa finally faced the confrontation she had been anticipating. The family had gathered in the estate's library, ostensibly for a casual discussion about weekend plans, but Vanessa knew better. Every eye in the room was calculating, waiting to challenge her. Step 1. Survive the storm. Step 2. Assert dominance. Step 3. Enjoy the fireworks. Clarissa, usually the picture of politeness, was first to speak. Vanessa, we need to talk about everything. Everything. Yes, that covers my inner thoughts, my strategic suggestions, and your impending admiration of my brilliance. Vanessa smiled sweetly. Of course, cousin. I'm always open to discussion. Open, yes. Vulnerable? Never. Tobias folded his arms, looking unusually serious. You've been manipulating situations, both at home and at the company. You make it sound innocent, but... Vanessa leaned against the polished mahogany table. But what, Tobias? That I'm competent? That I have vision? Or that I'm honest enough to let you see my thoughts? Let them squirm. Let them wonder if honesty is worse than deception. Clarissa's face flushed. You've been plotting against us, planning the company's future without consulting anyone. Vanessa's inner voice was calm. Consulting anyone? That's inefficient. Chaos is optional. Success is mandatory. I call it leadership, Vanessa said aloud. Guided by honesty, strategy, and a healthy sense of ambition. Her father, who had been quietly observing, cleared his throat. Vanessa, I must admit, you've changed the dynamic here. Not entirely unpleasant, though slightly terrifying. Vanessa's lips curved into a faint smirk. Terrifying is good. It keeps them on their toes. Grandma Hazel leaned back in her armchair, eyeing Vanessa keenly. You've done something remarkable, child. Your honesty is chaotic, yes, but it forces people to see reality. Grandma approves. Excellent. Clarissa, however, was not done. And what about the company? You've been manipulating board decisions without telling anyone. Boardroom chess, domestic chess. All part of the same game. Vanessa stepped closer, voice calm and steady. I have the company's best interest at heart. And I believe that by revealing my thoughts, fully, unapologetically, I've created a system where transparency is unavoidable. We all know each other's capabilities now. There's no pretense. Tobias blinked, then nodded slowly. I suppose it's efficient. Ruthlessly efficient. Clarissa hesitated, then sighed. Fine. Maybe there's merit in your chaos. Vanessa's inner voice purred. Step 7 complete. Acceptance. Chaos with merit, Vanessa said aloud, is better than harmony built on lies. Don't you think? Her father finally smiled. A small, proud smile. Vanessa, I see your vision. Perhaps it's time to let your leadership shine. Responsibly, of course. Responsible? Details. Minor details. Grandma Hazel chuckled. And let's not forget, even the most chaotic minds bring life to the family. You, Vanessa, have just ensured we'll never be bored again. Vanessa allowed herself a small, victorious grin. The confrontation had been intense, the tension high. But in the end, she had not only asserted her dominance but also secured a grudging respect from her family. Step 8. Chaos controlled. Step 9. Allies secured. Step 10. Entertainment ensured. She glanced around at her cousins, her father, and her grandmother. Everyone had seen her true self, the ambitious, cunning and honest heiress, and the family had survived. Better yet, they had adjusted, laughing nervously but respecting her authority. Victory tastes like satisfaction, and a bit of dark chocolate from the library's hidden stash. Vanessa leaned back in her chair, serene in her triumph. Chaos had been unleashed, strategies executed, and respect gained. Now the Hawthorne family, and their company, would never underestimate her again. And tomorrow, the game continues. Weeks passed since the great revelations, and the Hawthorne household slowly settled into a new rhythm. Breakfasts were still filled with candid thoughts, sometimes chaotic, sometimes hilarious, but everyone had learned to adjust. Step 1. Expose chaos. Step 2. Gain control. Step 3. Normalize it. Step 4. Enjoy. Vanessa moved through the estate like a queen surveying her kingdom, though with far less pomp and far more amusement. Her inner voice, once a source of explosive revelation, now became a tool for gentle mischief and subtle strategy. At the breakfast table, Clarissa nibbled on a croissant, watching Vanessa carefully. I never thought I'd say this, she admitted, but I actually enjoy knowing what you're thinking most of the time. Vanessa smirked inwardly. Most of the time? Perfect. That means I still have room for surprises. Well, she said aloud, it's much more efficient than pretending we're all perfect, don't you think? Even Tobias chuckled, sipping his coffee. I have to admit, your honesty has made this family bearable. In a weird way. Vanessa's mother shook her head, smiling. Bearable? I'll take it. And honestly, Vanessa, you've changed the dynamic here for the better. Even if it was shocking at first. Grandma Hazel, perched in her favorite chair with her knitting, looked at Vanessa with pride. Child, honesty is like seasoning. It can be bitter, spicy, or just right. You've found the perfect balance. Grandma's compliment? Check. Step 5. Family endorsement secured. At the company, Vanessa's influence grew as well. The board meetings were smoother, not because anyone was intimidated anymore, but because her honesty had fostered clarity. Conflicting opinions were voiced openly, decisions were made faster, and even her father admitted the results were impressive. Step 6. Corporate equilibrium. Achieved. Back at home, Vanessa continued to sprinkle subtle humor into daily life. When Clarissa accidentally spilled tea on the table, Vanessa's inner voice quipped. Finally, some excitement. This table needed a thrill. The room echoed with laughter when Vanessa, aloud, commented, well, accidents happen. Tea adds character, don't you think? Step 7. Chaos softened with charm. Perfect. Even family dinners, once tense battlegrounds of etiquette and hidden agendas, became lively affairs. Honest thoughts, mischief, and clever commentary now mingled freely. Vanessa had found the delicate balance. The family was aware of her cunning and ambition, yet they respected her. Step 8. Balance between truth and tact. Check. One evening, as the sun set behind the estate, Vanessa sat on the veranda with her father. Vanessa, he said thoughtfully, I never expected your honesty would reshape the family and the company this way. But I must admit, I'm impressed. Vanessa smiled softly. Impressed? More like convinced you're now fully under my influence. Thank you, father, she said aloud. I only want what's best for all of us. And for Hawthorne Industries. Her father chuckled. I suppose that's all we can ask for. Even if your methods are unconventional. Vanessa's mother joined them, carrying a tray of tea. And now, she said warmly, we can finally enjoy family dinners again. With honesty, laughter, and just a little chaos. Vanessa's inner voice purred in agreement. Perfect. Just the way I like it. The game has settled, but the excitement remains. Honesty, control, and a little chaos. Exactly how life should be. As the evening breeze brushed through the veranda, Vanessa realized that exposing her inner thoughts hadn't just changed how her family saw her. It had changed how she saw herself. No more pretense. No more hiding. Just ambition, wit, and the power of truth. And that, she thought, was far better than perfection. 6 months had passed since the infamous dinner that exposed Vanessa Hawthorne's inner thoughts to the family. The Hawthorne estate had undergone a subtle but undeniable transformation. Laughter, candid conversations, and occasional chaos were now as normal as the chandeliers in the dining hall. Step 1. Expose chaos. Step 2. Seize control. Step 3. Normalize it. Step 4. Enjoy life. Vanessa sat at the breakfast table, scrolling through company reports on her tablet. Her father watched her with a mix of admiration and caution. Vanessa, he said thoughtfully, I can't deny that your methods, unconventional as they are, have improved both the family dynamics and the company. I'm impressed. Vanessa smiled sweetly. Impressed? More like fully aware of my genius. Thank you, father, she said aloud. I just believe honesty, strategic honesty, makes everything clearer. Her mother poured tea with a gentle smile. And occasionally terrifying. But mostly, I think, we've learned to embrace it. Clarissa, now seated beside Vanessa, gave a small nod. You know, I used to be terrified of your thoughts leaking. But honestly, I respect your vision. And your courage. Step 1. Gain respect. Step 2. Charm allies. Step 3. Maintain dominance. Check, check, check. Tobias smirked, stirring his coffee. I admit it. You're still unpredictable, but I enjoy working with you. Just try not to scare me too much. Vanessa's inner voice grinned. Step 2. Manage fear. Check. Step 3. Inspire admiration. Check. Even Grandma Hazel chuckled from her chair, knitting calmly. Your honesty has shaken this family, yes. But it's also brought us closer. Never underestimate the power of speaking your mind. Grandma approves. Ultimate validation achieved. The family dinners that once teetered on the edge of disaster had become lively affairs. Candles flickered as Vanessa subtly teased her cousins, shared clever insights with her father, and exchanged playful banter with her mother. Occasional bursts of inner thought still escaped, sometimes hilarious, sometimes slightly scandalous, but the family had learned to handle them, even appreciate them. Chaos tamed, but never fully subdued. Exactly how I like it. In the evenings, Vanessa often sat on the veranda with a cup of tea, watching the sun dip behind the estate. Her mind wandered to the future. New business ventures, unexpected challenges, and family events that promised laughter, drama, and occasional mischief. Truth, strategy, and ambition. Life is better this way. Ryan, a close friend and occasional advisor, joined her quietly. Your family seems different now, he remarked. More open. Even a little fun. Vanessa smiled, sipping her tea. Yes. Chaos, when balanced with honesty, can be beautiful. Step 4. Reflection. Check. Satisfaction? Absolutely. Ryan chuckled. You make it sound so deliberate. Like a master plan. Vanessa smirked faintly. It is a master plan. Perhaps it is. But it's also natural. Being honest, being ambitious, it just fits. As the night settled over the estate, laughter echoed faintly from inside, candles flickered in the dining hall, and the Hawthorne family embraced their new normal. A perfect balance of honesty, ambition, humor, and love. Vanessa leaned back, satisfied. No more pretending, no more hiding. Just the brilliant, cunning, truthful heiress everyone now saw and respected. And that, she thought, was far better than perfection. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more original novel stories. And stay tuned, our next story is coming soon.